Thank you very much for coming. I was thinking it would be a little bit more, but okay, it's like that. Yeah, what I want to talk about today is really to give you a kind of what I was saying to a few of you, a kind of frame for how we could get back our health, how we can keep it, and how we can even more get it back. So I did a little bit, something to read for me. So sorry if I'm reading a little bit. It's not just to escape too much from the cables, because 1 hour to talk about nutrition it can be very, very wide. Ramona. Hello, Christy. What I did, in fact, these past years is to put a kind of puzzle all together to grab information here and there, and of course I did a lot of mistakes. So what I'm going to give you today, it's really information for many years of experience reading videos, and you can imagine and stuff. Then you have a lot of fake on internet. You have a lot of lobbies video who are interested for you to buy this kind of bad product and stuff. And step by step we are kind of degenerating. It's very difficult, in fact, to ask questions when you don't know what's existing, what's there. So this is what I did. This is a few years ago when I was almost 100 kilos.
So now you're the half.
It's a little bit, I am more, maybe not half, but not far. Thank you. Thank you.
Why don't you wear glasses?
And I don't wear glasses also because of alimentation. Because in fact everything is a kind of nutrition. You are giving food what your body needs. It's to get energy for your cells, not to get mouse, to get hamburger, to get stuff. It's really, you have to fit your cells that they are working good inside. Yeah? And when you fit your cells, it's everywhere. So you don't choose. One day it's the glasses. When you want to have, it's like to try to have a muscle here, or to lose weight here or here. You will lose weight everywhere, but not here. It's the body who chooses where he wants to have this sport benefit or nutrition benefit. This is the only problem.
Why did you have such ugly lights in your room?
Das war das einzige Bild, was wir finden konnten mit seinem, weil er wollte nicht sich so fotografieren lassen so oft zu der Zeit.
This was to add a little bit of something really. That I was sick and big. So the first things what we are doing since our birth, it's to our last day, it's breathing. This is the fourth pillar of our life. At the beginning, at the birth, you breathe, you eat, you sleep, and you poop. When you respect this in your life, you are a happy guy. Because in fact, this is the main part. This is really the main topics we are talking about today. About eating first the milk of our mother, and then what's nature planned for us, biologic stuff, natural stuff, not at all prepared meals and stuff for the baby. For us, it's really very important to. Hi, Bianca. And poops, it's also very important. As often as we eat, you eat the main meals. I'm not talking in between. The main meals, you eat 3 times. You should poop 3 times. This is the way you eat. It pushes the way out. When this is blocked somewhere, you have a problem. You start to have a problem because, in fact, the illnesses, it's accumulation of waste in the body. The body cannot digest everything. So at the beginning, yes, when a baby, for example, is very sick, in fact, when he's very sick, it's because he's very healthy. Because he's getting rid, you could think that the baby cannot be sick because he's just born. But he's born from parents, until now. So he's getting the waste from the parents. When the parents eat pasta, for example, the baby will get bronchiolite. You will get glue in the body. So this is what I will explain after. We have also in our life a vehicle from our birth to our death, the same. We don't have the same. Some have Mercedes. Some guys, they can smoke all their life. They will not be sick at all. They will say, hey, for me, cigarette is fine. And some, they have a de chevaux, enter. And then they are getting birth with already illnesses, already problems, like me, high blood pressure and stuff. It was in our family since generations. And this is really something what's following. This is from our heritage. We have a kind of capital health, and this capital, more you eat wrong, more you go in this West, and more you go in these illnesses. Then in life, if we don't know about the secret of nutrition, we eat as we learn with our parents, most of the time friends, and we develop, of course, the same illnesses than our parents. Because even for me, for my kidneys, for example, I was not born with this illness, but I was born with kidneys what was weak, what was little. And so because I was eating like my parents taught me, like they were knowing was good, then I developed the same illnesses. But it's written nowhere that we have to keep it for life. The doctors, yeah, they say it's for life. But when you decide and when you take your life back through your hands to get free, then you can heal yourself for almost everything. Diabetes, it's kind of 3 weeks, 4 weeks. In the best cases, it's really 3 weeks of different nutrition. Then you can get back your pills, your insulin. It's really something what I'm not saying that you should stop your medicament. I'm just saying that you should start to think, to eat, to fit your cells. What's invisible, but they are working. You cut yourself, you don't need to go to the doctor. It will close itself. Inside, it's the same. It's the same concept. What if we do a mistake? I will take the car as example. You do a mistake in your car, you put benzene instead of gasoline, you do 500 meters, stop. You go to the garage, you purge, he's cleaning everything, and then you start again. The body is the same, but he's more resistant. He's trying always to adapt. So when you do a mistake, he will put it beside. So you will get a little bit weight. Then he will put it here and there. And when after a while it's not working, then you start to get sick. You start with pimples, you start with rheuma, with pain, with stuff. All this is kind of waste, what I was telling before, in the body. How many times a year we are cleaning our body inside? What we should. It's from 2,000 or 3,000 years. They were already talking about cleaning your body with plants. In spring they were taking some plants. It was giving diarrhea, some runs, and then you were regenerating and good for 1 year or for half year again, and then you were cleaning. But now we are not doing anymore because everybody say to wash yourself from inside, so it can be with salt, it can be a purge with water inside anus, it can be, there's many stuff to wash. I will talk about in October, in the 10th of October, I will talk about this way of cleaning yourself. The illnesses in our body is this is how the medicine is thinking. The medicine is giving you a little bit chemie, but in fact it's your body who is really healing itself. The chemie never did anything right in the body. Cannot. Chemie with natural stuff, it doesn't. It's not logical. To be logical, you should rest, and you should make like a wild animal in the forest. When they are sick, or when they are hurt, they are wounded. They are putting themselves, they don't eat, they don't drink, they just sleep until the body regenerates. This is what we are missing. With our life, we are working, we are always speed, and we are missing this time. So the illnesses for a car, to take this example again, it's like a red light on the dashboard. You know, you have an illness, you have a problem. You take a medicament to put down the pain, to put down you have a skin problem, you want to put down the stuff, but in fact, you put it in again. He wants to get out, the illnesses wants to get out, and then you put it in again. When you go to the doctor, this is why we say the doctors are symptomatic. The medicine is symptomatic. You have a pain, they give you a painkiller. But in fact, it will means in the automotive that you go to the garage with a red light, and the garage is taking the red light off. This is not what you do. You look and you say, fuck, it comes from the brake. Okay, I changed the brakes. But when it comes to you, that you have a pain here, nobody is able to explain you why you have this pain here. In fact, and this is what I'm gonna tell you. You have the body. We have organs, which are it's very fast now. We have few organs, 5, 6 for the girls, which are the skin, the length, the liver, the intestine, the kidneys, and for the girls, the vagina. Vagina with the menstruation, every month you are losing blood, which is for the body used. This is why some girls, when they are starting to get with waste inside, with dirt, then it's painful, then it's long, because the body is using it to get rid of something. And this is why the girls are more old, are staying more old than men. Most of the men, they die 10 years roundabout before the girls, because of this organ. What you have, you are lucky in somehow. And this is very important to know, that our body, when it's well working, everything is not painful. We're not made to have pain, in fact. This is our body, how we know it. This is our body. It's full of waste, full of rest, of pizza, of noodles, of things we cannot digest, that it's putting it on the side, because the body cannot get rid of every time, by the way. It's always a little bit, because we are never using this time to clean or to rest without eating, or there's really some way to keep the balance. And one day, you have illnesses which are coming. This is pain on the shoulder. This is pain on the rheuma, some problem of acid with too much milk, this beautiful milk or meat. This kind of stuff is bringing you acidity in the body. And then you start to be sick. So the medicine, they are killing, they are trying to develop medicaments to kill the green fly, and then to kill the blue one. See, this is the medicament. But in fact, they are not resolving the real problem, the waste in the body. Because when you clean your body, there is no illnesses anymore. Yeah? Make sense? Is it talking a little bit? Somehow? The two main reasons in the body, the waste in our body, what the body transforms, what we are eating in waste, it's colloidal, cristoidal. Colloidal, it's with noodles, milk, it's both in fact, pizza, all this glue, bread, all this glue. You can try to put a pizza in the water, and you let it 1 day, 2 days, the water is getting glibbery. It's kind of glue. This is inside. And this is creating allergies. This is creating this coughing, the lungs taken. That the body is not working correctly, in fact. You know. And cristoidal, it's like a sand. And the sand will come where the blood is not really flowing very fast. So in the articulation, in the fingers, in the knees, in the articulation. Then it's a kind of sand, which is coming coat by coat, and then one day you start to be painful. You take painkiller, So it doesn't take the problem away, but it doesn't take the problem away, but it takes the pain away. And one day, but you need another hip because you cannot walk anymore because it was not painful, but the sand was using your bones. This is really. We have four stages for our diseases. The first stage is tiredness. This is why we have problem with coffee, with tea, with all these the exciting drinks, because in fact it's not really you. You cannot see tiredness because you take a coffee when you are tired. But when you are tired, you should rest and not drink coffee. This is the first step of our tiredness, of our disease. And then you have the second step. It's what are doing the babies. They have really a lot of strength, and you say, "Oh fuck, my baby is always sick. It's shit, my boy, but it's not sick. He's just strong enough to get it out, to get the waste what you gave him in giving birth, to get it out." And this is really a very a baby is really strong. And more you go in these diseases. So, for example, the bronchitis, the sinusitis, all what's painful, very painful. It's very short. Very strong, you have fever, and then it's painful. The emunctories organs, what we were talking, they are taking the waste. In fact, the illnesses are coming, they are always around. We should not believe that we are getting a flu or runs or something from something outside. The body decides. When your immune system is strong enough, is analyzing what you have in the body. He's taking a virus what's here, and he say, "Okay, please clean up." Then you get a runs, then you get a flu, then you get the waste, what you have too much, out. It's called centrifuge illnesses. This is very strong, and it goes from inside to outside. When you have eczema, when you have the body is strong enough, and then he's putting the illnesses out of the body. The third one, it starts to get chronic with allergies, with all what's long and what's chronic, what's the acne. This start to get really the body. You have some organs which are saturated of waste, and they are trying to use secondary emunctories. They are talking to each other, the lever and the length, and when there is too much glue, they are starting to get okay. Please do this, and then you have it's the third case, and the fourth one. Then we come when we are older, of course, because it takes time to get dirty inside, but slowly and surely we are coming, and then we are developing these illnesses, cancer, Alzheimer, Parkinson. We should not think that it comes from the sky, and we are not lucky. We are creating our unluck with what we are eating. Because every day, because we don't feed really ourselves like we should, then we are getting degenerating. And we are, most of the time, like my sons, for example, they have illnesses. Now already, they are 22. They have illnesses I developed when I was 40. Then I was already in this way of getting these illnesses, and they developed it faster than me. In fact, we are degenerating. Slowly but surely, there is more illnesses, so it means that we are degenerating. We are not regenerating. So in few years, it will rise with illnesses, with cancer, with Alzheimer, when we don't care and we don't take what I'm saying today to you, just to present it to you. So then the fourth one, it's really the emunctories are saturated, nothing is working anymore, and the body is accumulating waste, just waste, like the trash we've seen before in the human way. This was from Arm. This was very nice. So this is the main poison, what we have in the main poisons, what we have in our life, and we think it's good, because the people who are selling them, they are like us. They are selling. They are trying to change a little bit the truth, that it's just okay, and it's not lying, but it's not, for example, with milk. They say it's good, it's full of calcium. Yes, it is true, it's full of calcium. But the calcium in the milk we cannot digest it at all. In fact, we are using, because it's creating acidity in the body, and we are using our minerals to put down the acidity. The acidity of the body is really regulated. It's an amount of 7.5, different part and different acidity. In the stomach it's 3. The body is always trying to get the balance in your body. And when you drink milk, you will use something to put the acidity down. And you know what it is? Your bones. Because the more basic minerals are in your bones. This is where you can match the two cards of the world, where they are drinking milk and where they have osteoporosis. It matches perfectly. All what I'm saying, you can watch in internet. I invite you, because this is just to make you think of what are we doing with our life. Is it worth it? We have just one body. We should. My parents were, for example, dying the 10 last year of their life. They were in between hospital home. Dialysis. It's really painful. My father from a cancer, my mother different osteoporosis. When the doctor says that to her, she said, "This cannot be. I drank milk all my life." We were in family. It was pack of 6. It was 3 days, 4 days, and my brother and me, we were drinking 1 liter a day of milk. And this is what it, and until we checked now, because of the science, the microscope, which are going faster, really smaller, we can go in the cell and in the proton, in the stuff. It's amazing. Now we know what's good, but the industry doesn't want to let go because it's a lot of money. Imagine what they earn with their product, then with the medicament, with hospital. With my method, some hospital, they have to close. They have to. The aggression in the street with people who are sick in prisons, it's a matter of waste in the body. You change. It has been proved. Now you can find some studies in the internet. The people, they change in the prison voluntarily. All the prison changed a way of eating to test. The prisoner they wanted, they accepted. All people were completely peaceful after. It's real. It's just that the West are making us depression, all these kind of illnesses. You don't think that it's or headaches or problem of vision or something. In fact, it's really problem of what we eat. This is creating disorders in our body. Our body is made of 2/3 of water. 60% of water, and then 40% of cells. So we should start to think to fit ourselves. It's 60% in our water, in our body. It's huge amount, and all cells are living, are connecting to each other with electric connections and stuff. It works in the brain, how to learn, everything is working with chemistry, with stuff. So when you eat wrong, then the body cannot work right. The secret of this wellness and health is eat living things. All what you should eat should be living things. It means raw, fresh as possible, as organic as possible, but I mean, when the farmer is beside you and you get something, it's better than to buy something in the supermarket anyway, because it's from the farmer, he will not spend stuff. And then raw, as much as you can. Raw, it's really the base, because raw is known by the body. All what you have in front of you, this bread, because for me to get away the bread was fucking difficult. It was fucking difficult, and so I try really to get in my life, but feel free to do what you want. We bought a dryer, a small dryer, inox, and then I'm having some raw bread. So it's called Essenbrot. When you want to look in internet, it's a kind of nuts you put together. You make grow. All what you eat should be living. So in fact, when you do bread, for example, you are putting chickpeas, Kirscherbsen, lenses, some Bockweizen, some stuff. You put them in the water. You let them grow during the night, so they will suck the water and they will start the germination. They will start to grow. When they start to grow, it's a plant. Then you can eat. Even if it's not visible, when you put a mandel in water, for example, mandel to all this kind of stuff is very good. But when you eat it like this from the packet, it's dry. So then the shell, in fact, the nuts, is covered by a kind of chemical process for it not to grow anywhere.
Das nennt man Hemmstoffe.
When you put it in the, I think I have it. Hemmstoffe. Yeah. When you want to eat seeds, you put them in the water in the evening. All what you need. So for us, for example, it's a handful. You put it in water, and in the day after, you can eat it. You will digest. You will not fart. It's not creating gas because it's something you can digest really. And all this stuff, what you have in front of you is, you have Kirscherbsen, peas, and lenses. This is from and soya, the kind of bones. It's soya bones. Dry, it costs nothing. You can do alfalfa. You can do a lot of. You have a lot of grains you can do now on the market. It's really full. This is living. And when you do a bread, you use these grains, what start to grow, you put them in the, I have a juice extract. So I put them in, it's making them, it's breaking them, it's kind of doing a puree. I mixed before with oil, with spices, with what I want. Then you mix them, you make them flat, and then you put it in the dryer. And this is cookies. You have sweet cookies. I did the dark one are with the long that they are made with datten, feigen, and plums, dry plums. So it's very sweet. It's kind of energetic bar, and with hafer. And hafer, it's always with water. You let it grow during the night or tonight, and then you can use it in the day after. And this is digestible. You don't have to cook it. There's no.
Schön ausspülen.
There's no, you mix well, and you have no cook. You can do grains like this every day. It's really, and this is giving you the minerals, the vitamins, the potassium, kalium, all what you need, all what a baby needs. It's in this seeds, sprucen seed. This sprout seed, and the bread the same. The bread is raw, in fact. So when you will eat, it looks like cookies. You see, it's really easy to keep, and because it's dry, there is nothing in, and then you can do this kind of stuff.
Und alles ist unter 42 Grad gegart. Ja, das dauert halt manchmal ein bisschen länger, aber es erhält halt das Leben.
Under 40 degrees. When we want to eat eggs, for example, we are also eating eggs raw, but then I'm putting it in the smoothie. In my smoothie, I'm doing a puree with some fruit and some stuff. I add some eggs, and then I'm eating eggs. But with this, you don't need anything more. In fact, in the biology of the body, you will lose weight because you will eat good, so you will digest everything. You can eat what you want, vegetables, fruits. Together, doesn't matter when in the day. If you eat when you are hungry. In fact, there's not so much this meal what we had before, because in fact, when you eat cooked, you need to eat a lot, because your body asks for something to nourish the cells. And when you eat a plate of spaghetti, it happened to me. This is why I'm talking about. At the end, you are completely sad. You cannot, because the plate was really huge. But you could eat another one. And you don't know why. Because in fact, you didn't get this amount of vitamin and minerals what your body needs to work. So this is why, in fact, you are always greedy of eating. And I did a kind of, so the sprout seed, they are not expensive to do yourself. we say the germinating, you put them in water when you want to make them grow. Kirschepsen, for example, you let them one night, so they will not come out the first night, but the second they start, and then every day you pass them under the water, and then you let them dry. And this is it. And then when it's the good size up, you put them in the fridge. But the day after, you can eat them. Like you can start if you want. You can test. It's of course. It's because last time I was at the end. I said, "Fuck! I forgot the." So this time I said, "Okay, I will put them on the table." Well, it's almost they are here. So you can try everything. Bread, Kirschepsen. You have soja. You have peas.
Es ist also süßes Brot, aber es ist auch ein relativ scharfes Brot, weil mein Mann mag das halt wirklich gern, wenn es ordentlich gewürzt ist. Und man kann das Brot auch ganz gut verwenden, wenn man also ein normales Brot macht, vielleicht ohne so starke Gewürze, dann hat man ja immer noch die Möglichkeit, dann hinterher was drauf zu streichen. Man kann auch aus dem Supermarkt halt Aufstrich kaufen, pflanzlichen Aufstrich. Muss man natürlich schauen, der ist vielleicht unter Umständen gekocht. Kann man sich aber auch selber machen. Wenn man einen Juice-Extraktor hat, kann man eben im Grunde genommen oder auch mit einem Mixer sich auch diesen Aufstrich dann selber machen. Ne? Ja. Und es schmeckt alles im Grunde genommen genauso gut, wie wenn man im Supermarkt das einkauft. Man muss halt nur wissen, dass es geht. Und es gibt wunderbare Bücher.
Yeah.
Und das Internet.
Yeah, on internet you have a lot now about raw, about how to prepare, because raw we have always the picture in the head when we eat. Oh, you are vegan, you are raw. You imagine sad in front of the television and eating a carrot. But this is not raw. This is really sad raw. But you have a lot of recipes. Every time my wife is doing some cold soup. For me, for the moment, I have a problem with my teeth, so I have to eat soup. But she's doing raw soup. It's lekker. I'm doing what I was saying, rotebet. I put 1 rotebet, 2 carrots, some tomatoes, garlic, oil, and then after you mix this, you drink. You chew because it's not liquid. It's really it's liquid, but it's not. You have to chew a little bit. It's lekker, it's really good, and it's making you really, like you really give the body something. It makes you quiet. You don't have to be, bah. You eat. I'm eating good. I'm eating 2 smoothies in the evening. 2 smoothies. It's 600 milliliters.
It's more than a liter.
So it's 1 liter 20. But I feel really good. I could almost do sport after because it's really. I feel really light. And I invite you, try. It's really worth it. So this is kind of stuff what we have mainly to eat. We are big apes. We have the same digestive body, the same digestive, the same organs, digestive organs, than the big apes, the big gorilla, the big apes. We have a long intestine, which is 4 or 5 meters, and then small kidneys. The small kidneys means that we should not eat meat, because meat is giving acid in the body, and the kidneys are not able to digest them. Raw first, when we eat meat, it should almost be raw, and when not, then let it. When you smell the meat raw, and that you say, bah, then it's not for you, then it's poison in you. You should really release your nose, your senses. Your senses are more active when you start to eat raw. You are much more aware and know what, okay, not today. For example, when I will eat one day 4, 5, 6 bananas, 7, or maybe sometimes more, and sometimes, orange. At the moment it's watermelon, this big watermelon. I cut in the evening, I cut one, and I take half of it. It's getting away. Then I'm quiet. It's really you listen your sense. Your sense are coming back, and you listen your sense. What it's in the normal eating cook, it's the opposite. What you need, what you want to eat, pommes. Oh, I could eat pommes or pizza. In fact, it does the opposite in the body. It's what's poison in your body. The body is reacting like that. He's asking the poison in which he's bathing in. So when you say, oh no, the bread, I don't want to let go of the bread, you can be sure, 100%, that it's the bread which is poisoning you the most. When you don't want to let the milk or the stuff, I have one colleague like that. No, the milk is good for me, the milk is good. Okay, it's very difficult to get. You really have to go slowly with gloves and with, but when your body is asking something, this kind of stuff, it's poisoning you. And on the opposite, when he's asking, when you start to eat like this, he will ask you more and more and very fast. You do a cure like that, it's a way of eating. Huh? It's not to do it once. It's really a direction of life, because this will bring you healthy. This will bring you health in your life. It's true. Huh? I can assure. A diet like this, it's not a diet. A nutrition like this, in 3 weeks you will feel fucking different. It's amazing how fast the body is doing. But there is a but. Because when you start to eat like this, from a normal eating, your body is using the energy of this to put away waste. This is the difficult part. Because this can make you sick. This can make you release a lot. When your body is strong enough, but he has too much waste, he will use the energy from the fruits and from the vegetables to get out. So you can have headaches, you can have stomach pain. So you have to come nicely. Don't start with, depends how you are tough. Huh? I needed 3 years because we didn't know, in fact. So we started with a steam cooker. So we cooked our vegetables, we stopped the meat, and then step by step we came to, 3 years. We were drinking wine, we were still drinking. Now it's the same, but it's really occasionally. When we eat meat, it will be maybe once a month, and raw, with a dryer. So I prepare it with salt water, I prepare it with stuff, I make it in the dryer. I'm not vegan, huh? I'm opportunist. When I'm in my friends, I will eat like them. But 90% of the time, I will eat for myself, to fit my body, how it's planned, how we are made for. Like the car. The car is made to be gasoline, you will put for fun benzene, because you know it doesn't work. Our body is more difficult because it will take years to get in this problematic stuff. And then we don't know where it is, because it can be from here. We are all different. We have all genes from our parents, so we are all different. And we are really, everything can be, for you it will be bread, for you it will be peas, and something is good. Listen your sense. This is the most important. I already, with my friend here, Rashid, he's always not drinking coffee, not drinking milk, or coffee really occasionally, no sugar. Okay, he has me on his back every day, so he has to obey a little bit. This is really the main bond. And dry fruits, of course, you are doing for children, for example, when the children, they don't want, no carrots, I don't want it. You do, I'm doing it for me. Huh? My children are far, and they are. You do some carrots, for example, I come back with carrots or cabbage and something. You put 2 bananas inside, you put some grapefruit juice, you mix, I can promise, some datten in, you mix everything, and then you make it taste. I'm sure he will eat carrots, he will eat better, even rotabet, even if he doesn't know that it's in. But he has it in, doesn't matter. We can lie a little bit also, it's the stuff. Huh? But then it's really good, because he's more clear at school. He's more the children. They are really they have this overreacting children. You know, you stop the sugar, then they are coming down. You give them sugar, but sugar from this. So no milk, no meat. The poisons are really the cereals. I passed a bit the cereals. What was after?
No,
No,
this
it was before?
Yeah.
Ah ouais, the 3%, I passed this a little bit. So the cereals, because we cannot digest the cereals, in fact. We are not made for digesting the cereals. The birds, they have this kind of crops or giza, Comagen crop, I don't know if you know, they have this to digest it. For us, we don't have this, so we are not digesting cereals. When you want to eat cereals, like I did here, put them in water, start the seed to grow, to sprout the seeds, and then you can eat it better. Then the milk, because it's completely acid and it's made to feed the baby of the cow, not us. In the milk there's everything what's necessary for a cow. When you drink milk, imagine the guys, but you can see in the street, the guys who are drinking cow or milk product, cheese and so on, because now the process of building the milk, before they were cooking it. When our grandparents, they were cooking it, and the foam, what was coming over, it was the hormones, which were dead. So it was not that bad. Now with the very fast heating and pressing, first they are mixing 1,000 or 2,000 milk cows together, and then they are pressing to avoid that the water and the milk is getting separated. It's not recognizable for the body anymore. And this is almost the biggest poison. And the meat, not because of the meat is bad, but because the way it's produced. One goat, one sheep, one piece of meat every now and then, I think it's not problematic. The problem is that to buy this meat with OGM food, antibiotica, they are pressed with product to get bigger and bigger and faster. This is not because it goes in the blood. This goes directly in our blood and in our cells. So this is not good. All this kind of stuff is not good. And the way they transform and the way they cook, microwave and everything, this is really... When you cook something in the microwave, there is nothing living inside anymore. Even if you do nice vegetables inside, you put it in the microwave, it's shaking so much inside the cells, the water, because in fact it does the molecule of water, it's accelerating the molecule of water. It's so fast, then everything is dead inside. You can put it in the trash. It's just making you quiet, but it doesn't fit you how it should be. What we do to start, there's also the I can come this, and then after I can explain you how to start. We have still 10 minutes. The water. The water is also a big problem, because the water, where human is heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, it means that he cannot digest the minerals in water at all. Sorry. We cannot digest the mineral in water. It's a fact. It's biologic. You can look on the internet. We cannot digest the minerals. So in fact, all what we drink as mineral water, it's poisoning you. It's making you full of calc, that your body doesn't know what to do with that, and it doesn't make those things better. What you can drink, it's really not from the well, when you want from the well. So it's a living water, like for the rest. Then you can drink, because there is algae that you cannot see, but there is algae which are eating the minerals, and then you eat the algae and you take the minerals. The plants are autotrophic. The plants are autotrophic. It means that they will get in the earth all minerals what's in the earth. So when the earth is poor, like the intensive agriculture, the earth is, because they are rising with the tractor everywhere, there is no mineral in the water, in the earth anymore. So the plants can get just what it's there. This is why we have to care not also what we eat in the supermarket, for example, but also from where it comes from. Because if it's from the farmer beside, it's better, because first it didn't travel, and then it's something a little bit more that you can look how is the earth. When it comes from everywhere, they are doing this industrially, and then they are using and using and using and just putting phosphate on the earth, what's almost finished because there is just 2 mines and they are almost done. So I don't know what they will do after. But really, the plant is getting the minerals, you are eating the plant, and you are getting the minerals. Yeah. You have 2 water. One you prefer in Germany, it's Loretana and Ploz. They have an amount of mineral. It's written on the bottle. It's written they are cooking the water 180 degrees. And when there is nothing anymore, they measure how many milligrams there is of minerals in the water. And for example, for these 2 here, you have only 27 milligrams of rest, which is already not bad, but you have some Vitel or some other water, I don't know exactly the name in Germany, a long time ago I'm not drinking water, but they have something like 3 or 3,500 milligrams. It's really amount of huge. And then after, when you look in the body, what it does, of course you should open to look, so you should just look in internet what these 2 words means, and you will see how it is how it works inside. Eat living things for your living body. This is today really what I'm gonna tell you. What I would like to add is how to start. We have still 10 minutes. How you can start, because for me there's 2 ways. There's just 2 things I could advise you. To buy a juicer machine, a juice extract, because the juice you will produce with the vegetables, the amount of vegetables you will use to do 1 liter of juice, I will do it the other way, you will never be able to eat it. 1 liter of juice, you will be able to eat it, to drink it every day. This is all what's good. The rest, anyway, the fibers, what's out, it's just what you will shit after. So it's not really a big waste, you know. It makes you poop. But the juice, you will take it. It's like bricks in your body. Everywhere where it will miss, where it will be missing some part, where you can start to be sick inside without seeing it, like we saw before with the levels of diseases, the vegetable juice will rebuild it. And the fruits, what you will eat, every day we should eat really 1 or 2 meals of fruits, only fruits. For example, my breakfast, round about 2 banana, 1 apple, 1 pear, 1 orange, so I'm eating. I'm eating. And then in addition, I'm doing some nuts and some oil, so I'm fitting. And I can really rest until the evening. I'm quiet. I'm not hungry. At the beginning, I was afraid. I was always taking a lot of fruits and something. Say, okay, I will get hungry with just fruits. No, you are quiet. But you should not be hungry. When you're hungry, take more. But you will not take any weight. You will not gain any kilos. You will just clean up your body. So the fruits are cleaning, and the vegetables are building. At the beginning, really, you should start with half glass of vegetable juice, 1 glass, and then you can go with 600 milliliters, 1 liter. It's no problem. You can really go, and you will feel it. At the beginning, sure, it will clean. Huh? What I say, it's real. It can happen to you. It will clean, so it can be just the way out is all the skin or the toilet. Huh? So but it's really a way. After you have some stuff, what I'm going to explain on the 10th of October. There's the fast. There's some special salt which are not specially bad. There's sulfate magnesium. There's hydroxyl magnesium. You have some special way of cleaning. You have also this pocket with the tube that you wash, that you put in the house. You have the fast. Interval fasting, for example, what I'm doing now since 5 weeks, I'm not eating. I'm eating just between 4 and 7 in the evening. So I'm interval fasting. So it means that 7, I finish my meal. When I go to bed, I digested already, and then I'm not eating the night, the body is cleaning, and then the day until 4 in the evening. And then I'm eating from 4 to 5 to 7, 1-2 times, more 2 times, in fact, because I'm greedy. I'm greedy. So when I see fruit, it's difficult to get it out. And then some bread like that you can, when you invite people, this kind of bread with tips, with some sauce that you are doing, it's really easy to prepare. So this is the way to start. This way, more fruit in the morning, no milk, of course. What you want, you have also some help from the spirulina, some algae, some salt water. It's called Canton-Wasser. Canton-Wasser, it's a guy who were in France making tests after the war, because the people were coming undernourished, so they were completely poor, and he has to remineralize them, and he checked in studying that in fact the blood, not the red globules, but the plasma in the blood was 99.9% like the salt water from the sea. This is why when we cry, it's salty. Our body is salty. We come probably from the sea. So in fact, he did this kind of salt water at the same level of salt than the body. So then he's doing 1/3 of salt water and then 2/3 of spring water. Of course, not mineral water, of spring water. And this is exactly 99.9% what your body needs. So when you want to get more minerals, you can buy this kind of water. It's special. It's Canton-Wasser. Its name. I could give you the name when you are curious. And you have this kind of help. What can remineralize you when your health is in the basket. This is a good start. So that's it. Thank you very much for coming. I hope I was not too long, too short. And if you have any question, we have the room 1 hour more. So I just make it 5 because I know that my friend is waiting for the train. But when you have any question, I can